Oh, I think all of you able to see on my screen also. Now it is sharply by 8 o'clock. We need to start this session. There are certain thumb rules for this session. First thing is I want all of you to join with your first name and last name. That's important. And of course, time is the important part. 8 o'clock means 8 o'clock. We need to start the session by 8 o'clock. Generally, like, waiting room is on. That means if you want to join it, like, you are in waiting room and we need to allow into this room. First of all, that's the one thing is generally, like, after 15-20 minutes, so we are going to lock our room. And this session is I'm going to record it because of so what exactly we want to go and we want to. When you see this requirement, like, we have a very good project in Chicago actually. Chicago, they need a lot of people, but so they need some senior people, and suppose mid-level people, and also like junior people are here itself. Like, so our target is at least we need to put like 50 to 60 people in that particular project. For that case, the interviews and everything is going to be scheduled by January 7th or 10th, that range, and the actual project is going to be starting from January last. That is the schedule. You need to work hard for these, these 20 days. Generally, a lot of people knows about me. I'm not going to take everyday classes. Generally, last 20 years I'm giving the training. Generally weekend classes. This time, luckily, I have some time. So then I want to take these classes every day, 2 hours. Can you please mute yourself? Uh, okay. So then, this 20 days, probably like, January 1st, probably we are going to give a break. And then definitely this is up to January 12th. Same invitation, we already sent it up to January 12th. So every day 2 hours, 2 hours classes, and you need to work hard. And we are giving a lot of work actually, lot of. Previously, we are giving the training and somebody is trying for jobs. We got like 90% or 80% success rate, people got in jobs. But this time I want to make it 100%. 100% means that's the reason we are keep on working with the closely working with the students, particularly those who are interested to get into corporate. Okay, so these are all the requirements. Depending upon your experience level, of course, most of them have a little experience. So then we are more focused on like a junior, statistical programmers. So that is the target. In this target, like, when you see this one, why we wanted to train the people, first of all. Why we want to train the people is because of this reason. When you go to the next slide, here one. Here in this training session, what we are going to teach is programming fundamentals. First of all, what is program? Why we want to write a program? That's the first step. Second one is like, second one is SAS programming basics to advanced. Basics means, so what is exactly SAS program? How we want to write a program? And what are the functions? What is informats? What is formats? Then after that, what is the purpose of procedures? And we want to develop our own approach, own process. Probably we are going to use macros and of course Prof SQL. These are all the things we are going to discuss. And the certification training. Having with certification is always advantage. Always advantage. Get a certification. Well, that's the one thing. And also CDISC, SDTM, and ADM. CDISC means like Clinical Data Interchange Standards Consortium. That is for CDISC. Similarly for SDTM and ADM, table figures and listings, some regulatory guidelines like 21 CFR Part 11, ICH guidelines, etc. And a lot of times people are going to consider that, oh, real project. Nobody is going to provide you the real project. But I am going to provide you some real-time situations. So you need to understand the situation and you need to work on the situation. Suppose if you are not able to complete the task, don't worry about it. You are a fresher, we can understand. But you need to tell them where you have a problem. That's the more important. Then resumes and interview preparation also, we are going to help. And most important is we are going to work in this particular situation only for people having with citizenship or even green card or even EADs, because of the bill rates are very low. So that is the reason we are not going to satisfy with the base level 1, level 2, that part. So that is the reason this much. And coming back to that's the reason I'm telling you select the right person first. I mean select the right guru first. If you are a right guru, you never did anything wrong. If you are not a right guru, whatever you doing is wrong. Person, if you want to learn any technology, first you need to choose the right person. Coming back to here, this is my profile. If you go to LinkedIn and any places, you will get it. I am last 25 years, I'm working with SAS and SAS software. I worked as a lecturer and head of department of statistics and mathematics in India for almost 10 years. I trained thousands of people across the globe. Okay, I have a master's and research degrees in statistics or operations. I'm a both based and advanced SAS certified, and also I'm a data breach certified also. This is the little bit about my profile. So out of all these things, we wanted to make it. I told you a lot of times people are going to mention that, oh, this is. I told you students, we are giving a 50% discount. Of course, whatever the fee we collected here, after 2 months, we are going to return that money back to them. I'm telling you, this is recorded, right? So after 2 months, we are going to return that money back to them because if you are paying the money, you have a commitment. If you don't have pay the money, it's a free. It's free doesn't make any sense first of all. So that is the reason. Of course, students have some issues, financial issues. That is the reason for students. Yes, we are giving a 50% discount flat. That's the way, and the timings is also 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to around 10 o'clock. That is the time we schedule right now. I know a couple of people joined from California, a couple of people from Mountain Time. Probably everybody is agreed, then I can move into another 1 hour or 30 minutes is not a problem. That we can discuss those things later stages. This is the purpose of this training part actually. Training part. Then what we are going to, because when you open this training sessions, always think about what type of skills I have, what type of skills is required first of all. For that case, when you open, I am going to provide you too much of information. Lot of information I'm going to provide it. Because success is not with the one person task. For your and mine, success is depending upon lot of factors. So the first factor is your skills, technical skills. Second one is timing is very, very important. Having certification is also advantage. If you got a requirement, you need to do it. I told you market is picking up lot because of it may be Trump impact or some other factor. So this is the time you need to get a job. For that case, when you see this one, what is the skill set is required? A SAS programmer skill set is like this. When you open this link, I showed you this link. I have multiple monitors. Now I'm going to see all of you. Now I'm going to open this document. I'm going to close this one also. See, when you are going to prepare your resume, you need to have all these things. One is SAS programmer checklist. What type of skills is required? One is SAS with different versions, like version 8, version 9, version 9.4, something, base SAS. I saw a lot of resumes, they mentioned SAS SQL. There is no module for SQL. Proc SQL is there. SAS stat, access, assist, macro. See, macros is not a module. Macro is a part of base SAS. Similarly for connect, graph. These are all things is working experience is required. Then after that, operating systems. When you are working with Windows, when you are working with Linux or Unix, basic things is required. For that case, I am going to provide you a couple of links. That link is going to help explain the basics. What is LS? What is grep? What is cat? Etc. Everything. That one. Similarly, for FTP and shell scripting basic is sometimes, source and version control systems. That means GitHub, POSIT, some version control systems. Those are all not a rocket science. I'm telling that one again. Those are all not a rocket science. If you are spending a couple of hours, you are able to get it. So this today onwards, you need to make sure that I'm going to teach SAS, I'm going to teach series, I'm going to teach how to create the tables and listings, all those things. Certain things I'm not going to teach. Certain things. So those things you need to practice. You need to learn by your own. But I am going to help you. I'm going to help you means, for example, when you see this one, I'm going to help you means I'm going to provide you the link. You need to spend some time and you need to understand, and we can discuss. It's not a problem. and we are always working with the data. I'm using that word. We are always working with the data. How we are communicating with the databases? SQL is required. For that case, you need to learn about SQL. Anyway, Proc SQL we are going to teach. Proc SQL. I have two important programs. That is, one is Proc Report, other one is Proc SQL. Proc Report, you won't believe it, 1637 lines. It's one single program. It is going to explain each and every, 90% of options in Proc Report. Similarly, for Proc SQL, that is also close to 2000 lines. It is going to explain everything. That is for Proc. Those two are very, very important. So then next one is clinical data management systems, CDMS. For example, ClinTrial or Oracle Clinical, etc. Electronic data capture, how we are going to get the data. That is for Inform or Medidata, Rave, etc. Everything here. So these are all things that are required. And coming back to after that, when you go a little bit down, biopharma skills, because this is a pharmaceutical client. So for that case, what exactly clinical trials? What is phase 1? What is phase 2? What is phase 3? What we are going to do in phase 4? What is drug development process? Drug development process. Device development process. Device development process means class 1 devices, class 2 devices, class 3 devices, something like that. All are giving the approval from FDA, Food and Drug Administration. So that is the reason you must know about the basic knowledge of the clinical trials. I know a lot of people with the pharmacy background or medical background, probably they know better than me for sure, because they know like what is metabolism, what is toxicology, adverse events, when this adverse event is going to convert like a serious adverse event. All those things, they are all familiar, but they don't know what, they don't know programming, they don't know statistics. That I am going to teach. So that's one thing. What is unit testing? What is quality? And the statistical analysis plan review. Annotated CRF. CRF means case report form. Those things is required. Just you need to understand the basics. Don't worry about it. We will help you those things. Not a big issue. And now coming back to standards. What is this CDISC? CDISC means clinical data interchange standards consortium. That is the CDISC. Because when I started this long time back, around 99, 2000, on that time, one company, they mentioned Demog, other company, demographics, other company, other name, etc. Everything. All these things, we are going to send all the information to FDA for approval purpose. FDA is spending too much of time for understanding the data. Because different people have different naming conventions. So that is the reason CDISC came into the picture. So all pharmaceutical companies must follow CDISC standards. DM for demographics, AE for adverse events, PE for physical examination, CM for comment, something like this. So that means every pharma company must follow those standards. That what it is going to do, these companies are doing the research from so many years, but new studies, they are going with the CDISC. World studies, they want to map to the CDISC standards. That is the work we have it. So think about it. World studies, we need to map to CDISC standards. Suppose if you are starting a study now, we want to create the study with the CDISC standards. So that is the work we are going to do. That's what. Then after that, 21 CFR Part 11 regulations, so ICH guidelines, E3 guidance document, software development life cycle validations, and also review the statistical programming plan. Sometimes it's a plus. If you have a statistics background, yes, definitely for your experiences, you are not going to review the statistical analysis plan in next 2 to 3 years for sure. Then after that, interim analysis, what type of things, how we want to log the databases, submission of NDA, new drug application, IND, investigational new drug. If you have a skills like this, definitely you are going to get an interview. See, target is here is, first of all, you need to get an interview. Then once you have an interview, then you need to talk. You need to talk in a nice manner, nice communication, how we want to do this. For that case, you need to start from today itself. Oh, this is what exactly I want to do this. Our target is January 27th. You must start the work. That is our target. For that case, what is required? Tell me, I'm going to provide. Suppose if I don't have it, I'm going to help you to get the documentation. It's not a problem. Then after that, these are all the things. I prepared this document long time back, Then after that, people are asking a questions. See, what are the questions they are going to ask? What is 21 CFR Part 11? See, straight answer. A federal law that regulates the submission of electronic records and electronic signatures to FDA. Of particular interest of a statistical programmer is the requirement for computer system validation. What is clinical protocol? See, what is clinical protocol? Protocol is a big document that contains design, methodology, statistical considerations, and organization of a trial. It also includes the background and rationale of the trial. That one. Then after that, what is analysis? SAP. SAP means statistical analysis plan. Then after that, what is a table shell? What is blinding in clinical trials? See, they are not asking anything about SAS up to this part. See, think about it. They are not asking anything about what is procedure, what is function. No, they don't ask. They are asking about the business. What is electronic submission? What is the endpoint? What is the primary endpoint? What is the secondary endpoint? What is the efficacy data? What is the safety data? And what type of tasks you performed in your regular work? The task is like we are going to create TFL. TFL means tables, figures, and listings. TLGs, tables, listings, and graphs. Sometimes we are going to create ad hoc reports also. And what is baseline information? What is screening? What is LOCF, last observation carry forward? Because I know it's tough to digest a lot of things. You are all know a little bit about SAS or starting. But the reason why I'm telling you is you want to get at least 40, 50, $60 per hour. You need to work hard. You need to work hard. Simply, you need to learn all these things. Can you please describe the differences between phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4 clinical trials? I am going to provide you this information. You need to prepare your own answers. You need to prepare your own answers. These are all guidance documents. These are all guidance documents. Using with the guidance document, you can prepare interview questions. That means if you are starting today, at least 4 hours if you are interested to work, maybe more is good. At least 50% of your time, 50%, I'm telling the word again, 50% of your time, you need to work with the subject. Remaining 50% of the time, concentrate on interview preparation and resume preparation. Resume preparation. How the requirements are there. How is our resume? How to write a cover letter. There are so many applications, AI applications are there. They are going to write a very good cover letter. Very good cover letter. Your experiences and your required job description. If you provide those two things, it is going to provide you a beautiful cover letter. Just update that cover letter a little bit. Little better, then you can copy and paste it. These are all the things you need to start, because a lot of times people are consider that I'm not able to get a job. Why I am not able to get a job? The problem with our end, not their end. They won't hire the people. Problem with our end means we don't. Of course, everybody has a lot of technologies. No, we need to learn. We are ready to learn new technologies. That's more important. So differences phase 1, phase 2 clinical trials. Up to this part, there is no SAS part. No, these are all what is phase 1 and phase 2, etc. Everything. Tell them what is PKPD data like this. Now we coming with the list the differences between SAS procs and SAS data step. See, they are not asking what is SAS procedure and what is SAS data step. They are asking a question, list the differences between SAS procedures and SAS data steps. I am asking sometimes, what is the function? Function, remember this word, function always returns a value. Function always returns a value. When you are studying in our below 10th class, probably y is equal to mx plus c, y is equal to f of x. That is a function. Suppose y is equal to 4x plus 5. Suppose x is equal to 1, y is equal to 9. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 13. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 17. If you are giving any value of x, you will get the value of y. That is the reason a function always returns a value. In SAS, we have so many functions, mathematical functions, statistical functions, character functions, date and time functions, all these functions, total almost like more than 200 functions are there. If you are asking me, I know 30 or 40 functions max. 30 or 40 functions max. But I can work with other functions. That is the reason we have a 150 slides of functions presentation. That presentation is scheduled probably by tomorrow. tomorrow. After that, I'm going to give a task. The task is I'm going to provide a task. All of you must complete it. That's the one thing. Is it? Then here is what is the difference between function and a proc. Function and a proc. Then you need to take the example. Mean function and a proc means. You know that mean function is there, mean procedure is there. And what are the differences between if then and conditional if statements? Then how do you create user defined formats? There are so many formats are there in SAS. How we want to create our own format, one for male and two for female, zero for missing, something like that. Something like that. How we want to do this? For that case, we are going to use a procedure. That procedure is proc format. And do you observe any coding or programming standards? Yes, because standards is very important. Why we want to go with the CDISC standards? Why we want to go with other standards? Everybody should follow. Why I told you like everybody must put your first name and last name. Why I wanted first name and last name? That is a standard. Standard. Suppose if you are sending a resume with Venkat, nobody is going to consider those days are gone. If you are sending your resume, you must specify how your name is in your passport. In your passport, how the name is looks like, say, or even government issued ID. That's the one thing is. Then after that, you are asking your last 4 digits of SSN, last month and day of your date of birth. Why they are asking all these things? Within a second, they are going to track all of your records. All of your records. When I came in 90s or 95, they don't ask all these things. Once paperwork, then asking. Now it asks you all these things. That is the reason, yes, standards is like this. You need to write it down, first of all. That's easy for us. Easy for us. Suppose if you put like, somebody mentioned Shiva or somebody mentioned Shankar, somebody mentioned Swati, it's really tough to get a job. I'm very positive on that side. Frankly speaking, I'm telling you, this is the best time for all of you. Because so many factors is a favor to us, particularly for those. If we have a skill, nobody is going to stop you. If you don't have skill, nobody is going to help you. That's what I'm telling you. If you have a skill, nobody is going to stop. If you don't have skill, everybody is talking. Even I'm also people keep on talking to me. I'm asking a very simple questions. Very simple questions. If they are not able to give that answer, they are mentioning like 10 years of experience in SAS programming. I'm asking a simple question. Can you please tell me what are the different options in define statement in proc report? Define statement in proc report. Display, analysis, order, group, across, compute. That's the reason I'm telling you, like, when I'm talking to the people, I'm asking a very first question, who is your faculty? Who is your faculty? I know that a lot of people, they are teaching in SAS. If the faculty is good, you are good. That's the reason I'm telling you, select right guru first. If you are a right guru, you never did anything wrong. If you are not a right guru, whatever you are doing is wrong. So today onwards, make sure that I want to prepare a good quality resume. It's not a half an hour task. Resume preparation, it takes a long time. That's the reason I'm asking Sopna or I'm asking other people going to help. Like this, finally it comes to me. One-to-one discussion. All the resumes, I don't want to discuss in a classroom, first of all. That's only one-to-one discussion between you and me. Then we need to prepare it because somebody with a dental background, somebody with a pharmacy background, somebody with engineering background. So all are in same? No. Definitely we want to change a little bit. That's one thing is. Okay. Do you observe any coding or programming standards? What you are going to? Yes. It ensures consistency across the projects, increase the quality and productivity. Quality and productivity. That's the more important is something like this. So these are all at least 15-20 questions, the first level. Then it go to the second level. Probably third level is for HR and those people. This is mostly contract jobs. So we don't go that much of level. It should be fine. So these are all. I'm going to share this document also. I will ask our people. I need your phone number as well as your email address. Then I want to create a Google Drive access to these people that contains some documents. The document is this document, and also these are all the books I'm going to provide to all of you. These books is like a SAS Tutor PDF. It's almost like 1,600 pages of documentation. And Little SAS book 5th edition. Latest one is a 6th edition, but I don't have the 6th edition. I will try to get it. And SAS programming in pharma industry. How the SAS programming in pharma industry. 64 interview questions and ADAM implementation guide and common statistical methods for clinical research with SAS examples. Implementing CDISC using SAS. See, implementing using with SAS, this is the book, I think. You can see this book. This is the implementing series using with the SAS. This is the book. And also implementation guide. And also some other books, integration technologies. This is SAS original manual, actually. So these are all things, definitely we are going to provide you all these books in that particular Google folder. Then you have access to those things. And also a couple of lab work in that folder. All the students, they are going to get a folder. That folder, they are going to do this, because that's the reason we are all in one page, we are all in same page. That's the one thing. Now, of course, resumes don't put it in a Google Drive. You have access to that Google Drive. I will ask our people to make it these things by Monday, not even tomorrow. It's not possible. Monday, definitely you will get it. But tomorrow also we have a class. These are all the documents. Of course, in addition to that, I have so much of papers. Don't worry about it. We have it. And of course, I have a lot of interview questions. I'm going to provide you the interview questions also. So this is like I'm going to provide it like these things. And now going back here itself, we have a lot of presentations. Lot of presentations. In a lot of presentations, SAS introduction and SAS formats and informat and functions and procedures, how to debug your SAS programs, and a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff we can do this. SAS introduction, something like this. No programmers skill, just now we discussed about it. So these are all. And also coming back to software. Coming back to software is we have like a standalone SAS software in my machine, SAS 9.4 version. And tomorrow when you are going to the work, you need to work with a cloud-based application or standalone application. Standalone is a very expensive. A single user, it costs a lot of money. It's very expensive. SAS University Edition is a free for students. So I'm going to provide you a step-by-step approach, instructions using SAS Studio. SAS University Edition Quick Start Virtual Box instructions. I will ask Sopna to help you to with a step-by-step approach, how you want to put the cloud-based SAS in your computer. For that case, only one thing is you must have a internet. That's all it is. Internet is required. The next, coming back, that's one thing is. But I am going to teach both, because standalone version, how the standalone, SAS software, and of course, probably everybody is moving towards the cloud-based. So that's you need to practice in both the situations. Okay, this is what exactly I want to explain it. Then after that, I want to start with my first presentation. Oh, anybody have any questions? Hello?
No question, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
No questions, but you said something about fee. What is that?
Fee, we are charging $1,500 the fees. For students, I'm going to make it 50% discount straight. So that is the one thing is yeah, that you can call me, you can talk to me regarding that part. And most important is strong commitment, first of all. So probably you're all in with a comfort zone. I showed the photo. Comfort zone is the most dangerous addiction, first of all. You need to get a job. That's the one thing. And also, nobody is going to push you. First of all, you need to push yourself. Suppose if you want to get a job, tomorrow I don't want to talk all these things. Today I'm going to, because this is a first class. Hey, you want to get a job like this? I know a lot of people with H4EAD or something like that. They want to get a job because they have kids. So they have a lot of responsibilities. All these things. After 5 years or 6 years, nobody's going to help. This is the time you need to enter into job market. You can make money, good amount of money, because you don't have any visa issues. I'm telling you again, I don't want to encourage, I don't want to do any unethical things. Hope you understand the word again, unethical things. I don't want to encourage anything. People are keep on calling me, oh, I want to do this. No, I am not the right person to this. If you really work hard, yes, I'm going to help you. If you are working with 20%, I can help you 80%. If your effort is only 0%, my effort is also 0. 0 plus 0 begin again 0 itself. So that is the reason, make up your mind, certain things. So I'm personally, I'm telling you, this is the best time. If you don't have any visa issues, no constraints, after January 20th, you know what is going to be happen. So better you need to learn the subject, better to get a certificate, prepare a good resume, and take interview questions, ask the people, like, conducting some mock interviews. Of course, it's a group of people. We have like 20 people or 17 people are in a conference. So definitely four or five people, take as a group, and you can discuss. If you have any doubts, we want to put everything in a WhatsApp group. That's how we can communicate with the people. So that's what exactly I want to do this. Any other questions? So this is like, I told you, like, subject is the 360. That's more important. This 360 means like 97% of this Fortune 500 companies, they are using SaaS. 97%. 100% of pharma and biotechnology companies, they are using SaaS. 100%. So that means if you want to enter into pharmaceutical side, for example, what you need to know? First, you need to know about SAS programming. SAS programming means is a statistical programming. In a statistical programming, you must know a little bit about statistics, little bit about what is correlation, relationship between two variables. There is a relationship between hypertension and blood pressure. Hypertension and blood pressure. How I want to establish it? There is a formula. That formula is correlation. What is correlation? Relationship between two variables. Relationship between two variables. In your 10th class, you know the correlation. Spearman's rank correlation coefficient. That is most of the Indians. That's what I'm telling you. 1 minus 6 sigma d square by n in 10 square minus 1 is the formula. That you studied in your 10th class. After that, Pearson's coefficient of correlation, covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. What is covariance? 1 by n sigma xy minus x bar y bar. What is standard deviation? Square root of something. The reason is you know everything, but you are not concentrating. This is a fact. So here, I am a statistics professor. That's the reason I know all these formulas and everything in a fingertips. I can do that. But tomorrow it's not possible. For that case, SAS wrote the procedures. SAS already wrote the procedure. That procedure name is PROC, C-O-R-R, P-R-O-C, PROC, C-O-R-R. That's enough. When you are using with the PROC, giving the variables, automatically it is going to calculate Carl Pearson's, Spearman's, half lengths, etc. Everything added. You don't need to know the formulas, but you should know which procedure is useful for which purpose. I'm using that word again. Which procedure is useful for which procedure, which purpose? If I want to calculate descriptive statistics, I am going to use proc means. If I want to summarize the table, proc summary. If I want to transpose the table, using it to proc transpose. If I want to import the data, my data is in Excel file, I want to put the data into SAS, proc import. I have a SAS data set. I want to export it into some other format. Then I'm going to use proc export. So every procedure has a functionality. But pretty much is standard. Proc import data is equal to proc export, something is equal to proc report data is equal to proc means data is equal to. But you need to apply the options. That's more important. That is the reason I told you, like, I'm explaining like 1637 lines of the program for one particular report, particular procedure. That procedure is proc report. That means it is going to explain. Each and every option. That is, tomorrow when you are going to ask, if suppose somebody making a phone, I'm asking, tell me which procedure you are comfortable. My question is very simple. Which procedure you are comfortable? Oh, I'm telling like, oh, I'm comfortable with this procedure. Suppose the proc sort. Then I can ask a simple question. What is the difference between no dupe and no dupe key? What is the difference between no dupe and no dupe key? There are very big differences. Because everybody mentioned that I know this. But reality is, people are asking in interviews, why you are not getting the interviews? Why you are not getting your interviews? Your resume is not good. Even though if you got interview, you are not able to get a job because your technical skills is not up to the mark. You need to post-mortem all these things. I have a good resume, then after that this, and finally you are not able to get a job because of visa problem, because of other things. So that is the reason you need to make sure that first step, second step, third step, you need to decide how we want to do this. For that case, please, Shiva, can you please mute yourself, please? Okay, now going back. So that is the reason, like SAS is more easiest software. I'm telling you, SAS is the most easiest software in the world. I'm telling you, because you don't need to write too much of complex code. If you want to write a program in C language or C++ or even other programming languages, you need to write hundreds of lines of the program. But here is everything is done by SAS. Just simply we want to call that procedure. Very simple example is your microwave. Everybody has microwave in your home. Suppose if I want to make a cup of coffee, what I need to do? Just I can put this cup and I want to put like 2 minutes time. Then I can get a cup of coffee. If I want to make a popcorn prepare in 4 minutes. Suppose 4 minutes with coffee, it will spoil. 2 minutes with popcorn, it will spoil again. So that is the reason you need to mention that right time is important. Same thing here also. For your data, which procedure is required? Which procedure is required? For that case, we are going to explain all these things. Now I explained about like, okay, if I want to calculate descriptive statistics, I want to use proc means. Proc means. If I want to summarize the data, proc summary is there. If I want to import the files, I can use proc import. If I want to create a complex report, I can use proc report. If I want to connect with the different data sets, I can go in with the proc SQL. Something like this. This you need to prepare a documentation. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times people are asking, Venkat, why don't you record these sessions? Today class I recorded because somebody wants to join tomorrow. Again, I don't want to teach these 2 hours class again. I want to play with this class. But tomorrow onwards, no. Unless a person has a very, very, very important or unable to join the class, that means probably I am going to record. Because if I am going to record the classes, the reason I'm telling you, if I am going to record the classes, I'm going to give the recordings to all of you. Nobody is going to listen my classes because Venkat is not going to record the classes. That means you should be here itself. Otherwise, you will be in what's that movie? Pushpa. That is going to be happen. That is the reason I am telling you. No, I don't want to record the classes unless it is very special. But today's class I'm recording because of only this reason. This reason. Okay, going back. So if you want to get a job, you need to consider all these things. First step is prepare a good quality resume. I'm going to provide you requirement and I'm going to provide you some sample resumes. Then you need to start preparing your resume. How you are going to prepare? Very first step is resume. Resume is your face. Resume is your face. For that case, first is your objective. What is your objective? Oh, I want to get a job. I want to become like a statistical programmer. A pharmacy graduate having strong knowledge in medical terminology, SAS certified, looking for opportunity. Something like that. That is first line. That's very, very important. Then after that, your summary. It may be like a 5 points or 6 points or 7 points. You need to prepare that part. Then after that, your technical skills or education skills, technical skills, certifications. All these things comes under one page. Only one page. One page. Then after that, your work experiences. If your one page is good, even though I am not a recruiter, I am getting almost 30 to 40 resumes every day. The recruiter is going to get 400 resumes every day. Is it possible for him to see each and every resume? They are spending less than 5 seconds. Less than 5 seconds. So in these 5 seconds, what they are going to teach, what they are going to read, your objective and your summary. That's enough. If it is good, then go to the next level. Otherwise, they are going to put in a trash. So that's the reason. Concentrate how you want to prepare the resume. That's the first step. First step. Then after that, each and every line in your resume, you need to support yourself. You need to support yourself. That's the reason I'm telling you, pharmacy graduates, resume is different. Engineering graduates, resume is different. Some other people, resume is different. We want to prepare all those things. See, I don't want to prepare. I'm telling you, I don't want to prepare your resume. I will help you to prepare your resume because tomorrow somebody is going to ask. You need to tell them. You need to, because getting job is influenced with hundreds of factors. If you are not able to understand a particular concept, I am going to teach 100 times. But getting job is you need to convince with other people. Why we want to go with this type of training sessions is tomorrow you guys are going to work with us. If you are not performing well, I am the penalized. It's a nightmare for me, frankly speaking, nightmare. So that's the reason I want to give a quality training to all of you. Quality training. I want to do it all these things. Then automatically decide yourself. My daughter wrote one time: if you enjoy with the first 20 years, if you work hard for first 20 years, you can enjoy with the remaining 80 years. If you enjoy in the first 20 years, you need to work hard for remaining 80 years. So same thing here also. Be work hard for these next 20 days. Get your certification, get your knowledge, get your analysis skills. Definitely you are able to get opportunities for sure. 100%. Okay, going back. Good. So this is like I told you, like I'm 90% of all these classes except SAS certification. I'm going to teach all those things, but SAS certifications, Swapna or other people are going to help. Yeah, of course, I am in conference for sure, but they are going to help. That's what we want to do this, and also lab sessions, etc. Everything. Swapna is at my India office. My India office at Guntur actually. So then she is going to help us a lot of things. That we can do this. We can get it. Okay. Now we can go with, like I told you, like this is my profile and everything. I'm with class timings. Don't worry about this timing spot. Generally, I'm telling you, like at least 10-15 minutes you need to join this session. That's what important. Please join with your first name and last name. That's very important. Just first name and last name. And if I'm not going to record it, better you need to activate your cameras, because I wanted to show who is in a class. This is a virtual classroom, not like webinar or something like that. Keep on. I'm encouraging people to communication is the more important part. So that means the cameras. Ask the questions, whatever the questions you have it. Don't worry about it. Put in a chat window. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors in front of me. I have a tab. The tab shows which screen I am sharing to all of you. That means almost 5-6 screens are here. That is the reason I'm like wavering my head with the different. So if you have anything question, definitely I'm going to respond. I'm going to give the answers. Okay. Homework programs, whatever the homework we are going to give it to you, please complete the homework. Please. There is no exception. I'm telling you, like if you're not completing the work, it's really tough to understand the next concept. So today I'm not going too much of stuff. Tomorrow is not like that. Tomorrow 8 o'clock, starting with the SAS session, I'm writing a program. What are the comments? What is the procedure? What is the keyword, etc. Everything we are going to discuss. And I'm giving a task to all of you. Then next week, next class, I'm asking, like hey, can you please everybody completed the task? My question is, everybody mentioned yes. I don't want to see, because you're not a small kid. So that's, I don't want to see this, but you need to complete the task. Suppose if you have a problem, don't be hesitate. I'm telling you, a lot of people, Venkat, is why I'm asking a silly question. In my point of view, nothing is a small question. Nothing is a silly question. Every question is a valid question. Every question is a valid question. I know, like pharmacy people, they are not that much comfortable with the mathematical side. Mathematics people, they are not that much comfortable with what is metabolism, what is toxicology, what that much. So that means we have a group of people here. I want to take that information. I know, like a couple of people with a pharmacy background, couple of people with the engineering background, couple of people with the statistics background, etc. Everything. So I wanted to clarify all of your doubts. That is the reason. If it's only a pharmacy students, it won't fit. We have the people. We have like 20 people here. I know they are with different backgrounds, for sure. Okay. Now, complete the homework programs always on time. That's very important. They're all on time. Then make sure that, like ask the faculty. Don't be hesitate. And after that, I will ask Swapna to prepare some WhatsApp group. Don't misuse the WhatsApp group. That's what I'm telling. We are all professionals. Definitely, that's a different. We have a technical problem. Somebody got an interview. Then suppose if you are sending a message to me, Venkat, I have an interview scheduled on so and so time. Can you please call me? I will give a call. Simply, oh, good morning or good evening or something like that. No, I never respond. I'm sure. I never responded. But you need to tell them, like, this is the purpose. I want to talk to you, Venkat. Means definitely I'm going to respond as soon as possible. As soon as possible. So make sure that communication is very, very important. That's the one thing you need to make it clear on that side. Okay, I told you, like, better communication. We want to do all these things. Okay. Now, what is exactly SAS? SAS means statistical analysis system. Statistical analysis system. Without statistics, nobody is going to take a wise decision. I'm using that word again. Without statistics, nobody is going to take a wise decision. Wise decision. Suppose if I want to prove that my drug is safe, my drug is effective, this medicine is good, how I want to prove it? Mathematically, I need to prove that. I need to prove that. If you are working with a pharmacy, you know that there is a 10 to 12 years of hard work, preclinical trials and trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, almost like 5 to 8 years bare minimum. They are working hard. Finally, the drug comes into the pharmacy. That comes into the pharmacy because they proved everything. Hey, my drug is safe and my drug is effective, safe and effective. Then only FDA is going to be approve the drug. So that is the concept. That is the concept means how I want to prove it. FDA is asking a simple question. But first question is it safe or not? First question is it effective or not? Third one is so many medicines available in the market. So many medicines available in the market. You need to prove that. You need to ask. You need to ask. You need to prove that my drug is better compared to existing drugs in the market. My drug is better compared to existing drugs in the market. How I want to prove it? Statistics is there. Statistics is important. So that is the reason mean, median, mode, harmonic mean, geometric mean, and correlation, and probability, regression, survival analysis of variance, all these statistical methods are there. So we need to apply those methods. You are a statistical programmer, but statistician is there. You are not a statistician. Statistician is there. You are helping statisticians to perform his duties more efficiently. I'm using that word again. As a statistical programmer, I am helping statistician to perform his duties more efficiently. For that case, I must be familiar with which procedure is useful for which purpose. Which procedure is useful for which purpose. That's the reason you need to write it down. You should have a piece of paper and pen. You can write it down, and you need to make a note on that side. Make a note on that side. So that is the purpose of this particular classes. Okay, statistical analysis system. There are so many applications, so many products are there in SAS. There are so many products. What are the products? For example, your MS Office. MS Office contains like MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc., 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 all those things. Similarly, SAS also so many products. What are those products? Base SAS. Base SAS is a product. Base SAS is an application product. Similarly, graphical presentation. If I want to create a pie diagram, if I want to create a histogram or polygon, etc., all graphical presentations, we can do it in a graph. And similarly, operations research, OR. As a statistical programmer in pharma industry, you are not able to use WAR for sure. WAR means operations research. If a company is enjoying with profits, they want to maximize their profits. If the company is suffering with losses, they want to minimize their losses. Understand this logic? If a company is enjoying with the profits, they want to maximize their profits. If the company is suffering with losses, they want to minimize their losses. I want to transport maximum number of people with the minimum time. Minimum time. Why Air India is bought 200 flights sometime last year, and recently they have put another order of 50 flights, 35 flights from Boeing and 25 from Airbus. Why they put it? They want to transport maximum number of people with the minimum time or minimum cost. Minimum cost. The potential market is there. That is nothing but operations research. They want to transport maximum number of people with the minimum time. Minimum time. When we came in 90s or 95, we need to come to Hyderabad to Bombay, Bombay to Chicago, Bombay to London, London to Chicago to Raleigh or some other place. Now, just within 18 hours, we'll be in Hyderabad or Vijayawada. So the reason is like they want to, for operational research techniques, all other industries, they are using lot. They are using lot. And also QC, who wants quality? Lot of times people consider about like customer or manufacturer. Who need quality? Everybody think about customer need the quality. No, never. Customer has so many constraints. I'm using iPhone because of some other purpose. Somebody using some Samsung because of their. Somebody using some other phones. Customer has so many preferences. Manufacturer, he don't have any preference. He must maintain the quality, otherwise he will be out of the market. He must maintain the quality, otherwise he will be out of the market. So that is the reason quality. Who is more concerned about quality? Manufacturer. Well, how they want to maintain the quality? For that case, control charts comes into the picture. Control charts comes into the picture. I'm giving the definition right away. Control chart is conceived and devised by the Shivot. It is a simple pictorial device for detecting unnatural patterns of variations of data. It's a simple pictorial device for detecting unnatural patterns of variations of data. That means we want to analyze the data. We want to understand the data. Is it that the data should be within the limits or not? If that is within the limits, okay, acceptable. If it is not, we are not going to accept it. That is nothing but control charts. Control charts. Tomorrow when you are going, because that's the reason. If you want to get a job, remember this one. You need to convince with your employer or you need to confuse with your employer. Then only you will get a job. Make sure that these two are very, very important. Like, you need to convince with your employer means you have a good subject. If you want to confuse with your employer, then also you need to know the subject. That's a different scenario. Make sure that get project is the very important for that case. For that case, you need to consider one option. Okay, QC. I told you like quality. Now previously, like when I'm talking to a lot of MBA students, oh, everybody wants the customer is the customer is the quality. I'm giving a 2 minutes, 1 minute of discussion. Yes, sir, you're right. Manufacturer needs the quality. Manufacturer needs the quality. He wants to improve the quality. First step is he wants to maintain the quality first. Then after that, he wants to improve the quality without affecting cost considerations. Without affecting cost considerations. So that's what exactly I'm doing. If you bought the iPhone in 2005 or 6, same cost. Now also the same cost almost. But now we have like so much of RAM, so much of capacity, so much of things. Price is fixed. You are getting more profits, more quality product. That's what exactly we want to do it here. Quality. Next one is SAS stat, statistical applications. Similarly, for application front end, AF, and ETS, econometrics and time series. Econometrics and time series. What is time series? A series of data in accordance with occurrence of time is nothing but time series. A series of data in accordance with occurrence of time is nothing but time series. That is for ETS. And similarly for SAS access. Data is stored in a different databases. I want to access the data. That is for SAS access. Next, SAS assist. Similarly for SAS, so many products, so SAS Connect, Enterprise Information System, Geographic Information Systems, so intranet, MDDB server, multi-dimensional databases, SAS Share, PH Clinical, IML, Interactive Matrix Language, geoengineering stuff, computer performance. These are all standard applications. Now there are like anti-money laundering, customer relationship management, artificial intelligence, machine learning. So many applications are there. So many applications. Depending upon your project, depending upon this, we want to go further. But these are all very, very important. If you understand, for example, I told you like, I'm using SAS software for so many years. I'm teaching SAS also so many years. Even though I can say I know only 10% or 15% max, because SAS documentation is almost, you want to believe it, 50 lakhs, 5 million pages of documentation. 5 million pages of documentation. In this 5 million pages of documentation, how much I know? I know a little bit. I know probably like, I know how to use the documentation. I know how to use the documentation. Using with your documentation, you are going to work. Using with your documentation, you are going to work. So that is the reason better to use the documentation. All the time better to go to not Google, better to go to the documentation. That's very important. Check with the documentation. There are so many examples are there. You can use that example and customize the example according to our requirement. That is the reason I am telling you, I am giving a task to all of you. Then you need to do your task, your own. So you need to consider about like, if you are not able to understand, that's fine. I can help you. That's not a big issue. Issue is like you need to do it your own. That's important. These are all the different SAS applications. Okay, now what is exactly base SAS? Okay, now time is like 8:57. I'm going to give like 10 minutes of break. 10 minutes of break. Then again, we need to start with these things. Now I'm going to stop recording now. No, sorry. Pause. So what is I told you like so many applications like base SAS, SAS graph, SAS stat, etc. Things like. So when you are preparing your resume, you need to make sure that applications, that's very important. Don't go with like SAS SQL. Don't do that. SAS macros, no. SAS ODS, no. ODS and macros and proc SQL, these are all part of base SAS. Base SAS. So when somebody is going to see your resume, they are going to easily identify how much knowledge you have, how much knowledge you have, first of all, because resume should be go to the next level. That's important. That's the reason it is probably like you have extraordinary subject, but you need to get an interview, then only you are able to prove yourself. So for that case, getting interview is the important. Which is going to help you to get the interview? Your resume only. That's the reason I'm telling you. That's the reason. Concentrate what exactly we want to do this. Next one is like I told you, like base SAS software is an essential product of SAS system. SAS, it includes like a heart of the human body. It includes the supervisor, formats, informat, functions, call routines. So that is the reason if you know base SAS, you can work with any application, any product, any product. So that is the reason base SAS is the very, very important. If base SAS is very important, first of all. Okay, then if you go to the next one, it's like I told you, like SAS graph, all graphical presentations, like bar diagrams, so histograms, so polygons, all these graphs we can do it in a SAS graph. SAS graph is the application. And then after that, I told you like war, operations research. Like it is a transportation problem. We want to transport the maximum number of people with the minimum time or minimum cost. And the assignment problem, suitable persons with the suitable jobs, suitable persons with the suitable jobs. Sequencing problem, one after another. What is the sequence we want to do this? All these things we are going to discuss with the operations research. You won't believe like when this war is going to be started, like during the Second World War, the Winston Churchill is the Prime Minister of England. This Germany army is moving so fast. They want to stop. They want to win the war. What they are going to do? Then they have less bombing. They want to destroy more bridges. They have less bombing. They want to destroy more bridges. Bridges. In war, we are going to destroy our own bridges because they don't want to come inside. So that is their problem. They have less bombing, more destroyment. Then the military officials came with Winston Churchill is invited all these successful people, business people, mathematics, all the experts. Military people is giving us a problem. Hey, this is our problem. We have less bombing. We want to destroy more bridges. Mathematician is giving the solution with a mathematical way. Statistics person is giving in statistics way. Biology, zoology, all the people. Military officials writing down all the solutions. Finally, they applied the best. Finally, they won the war. So less bombing, more destroyment. Then business people came into the picture. Less effort, more profit. Less investment, more benefit. Amazon is making warehouses, different type of warehouses. They want to serve the more people. Today we are ordering something, we will get it by evening. We will get it in 2 hours. How they are going to manage it using with the operations research techniques. Operations research techniques. Particularly when you are going to use with the Amazon, like if you want to buy this particular product, immediately will find a bar. That bar is people who bought this product, bought these products also. Also, that means correlation. People who bought this product bought this one also. So initially we want to buy one particular product. By end up with we have come up with 10 products. This is the totally statistics, data analysis, statistics. So there, that's the reason I'm telling you, like war is very, very important, particularly for not in pharma side. If you go to other industries like transportation companies, all these things. I told you like a QC. I told you like QC means who need more concern about quality, customer or manufacturer. He wants to maintain the quality first, then after that he wants to improve the quality without affecting cost considerations. That is QC. For all these manufacturing companies, they are going to use this one. Similarly for statistical tests, don't worry about this part. Whatever is required, you are not a statistician. That one. Similarly for AF, application front end, econometrics and time series, econometrics and time series for financial applications, all these applications, access, SAS intranet, multi-dimensional databases, multi-dimensional. This the whiteboard is a two-dimensional. This room is a three-dimensional. If you go to more than three multi-dimensional databases, that we will discuss it a little bit later stages. Assist is for interactive menu-driven interface to SAS system. FSP, full screen system style. Connect. I am in here and you are in California. Somebody is in Denver. Somebody is some other places. Somebody is in India. How we are going to connect with the Zoom? Similarly here also, SAS Connect. Link the SAS sessions on different computers. That is one thing. Enterprise information systems like business objects for application development, geographic information systems, particularly for depending upon your zip code, depending upon this, they are going to track all the information. That is for GIS. And next one is sharing the information to different computers. That is for SAS share. PH clinical, pharmaceutical, clinical trials of experimental drug. Interactive matrix processing. What is matrix? What is matrix? Is not a movie. What is matrix? Certain numbers are taken and arranged in a square or rectangular form, enclosed within a bracket is nothing but matrix. Addition of matrices is different. Multiplication of matrices is different. So that's the reason. Inverse of matrices. We want to go with the calculation of all those things. If you want to calculate a 2 by 2 matrix, it will take 2 minutes. You will get it. 3 by 3 matrix, probably it will take 5 to 10 minutes. 4 by 4 matrix, it will take half an hour for sure. If you are going with a 64 by 64 matrix, it's not impossible, but it is not possible by human. You want to use with the technology. So if you are using with the SAS IML, you will get it within a minute. You are able to get it. Geosciences, like computer performances, all these things, we are going to use it depending upon that. For our cases, particularly for pharmaceutical side, more like SAS base SAS graph, SAS access, little bit about SAS stat. Those are all important. Why I'm going to explain all these things tomorrow when you are going to put like 3 years or 4 years of your experience in your resume, something. That's the only the reason I'm explaining all these things. Okay. Now, no, we can see like what is exactly SAS. Before that, oh, SAS is a software. SAS is an analysis system. Now you have a question. You have an answer. That answer is SAS is an integrated system of software solutions that enable you to perform what? Data entry, retrieval, and management. We can enter the data, we can retrieve the data, we can manage the data. Data entry, retrieval, and management. And report writing and graphics design. Report writing and graphics design and statistical and mathematical analysis, business forecasting and decision support, operational research and project management, application management. These are all the main. Now you are able to understand. Somebody is asking about what is SAS. Well, SAS is an integrated system of software solutions. We can do a lot of things with SAS. We can enter the data, we can retrieve the data, we can manage the data. SAS is a very powerful report writing software. We can create a report and we can create a lot of graphs like pie diagrams, etc. Basically, SAS is a statistical analysis. So we can do a lot of statistics and mathematical analysis by using the SAS. In SAS, we have so many applications. Using with SAS, we can go with like a business forecasting and decision support. SAS has modules like operations, research, and project management. Finally, we can develop the application by using with SAS. That is the more important. Now you can see like previously what had before attending this class, what is SAS? Statistical analysis system. Now, how you are going to explain? 30 seconds, you are going to explain these things. That is the reason you need to prepare your answers. That's the reason you need to prepare your answers. That is the first question. What is exactly SAS? These are all the 6 points. You need to prepare your answer. First of all, you need to prepare today itself. Prepare the answer. Don't share that answer to other people. I'm telling that one because the competition is competition. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. Competition. You need to prepare your own. Using these 6 points, you frame a sentence. That sentence is definitely useful. Of course, if you need any help or any suggestion, you can talk to me later stages. That should be fine. But whereas start today itself. Okay. Now, what are the components? One is data management facility. We can manage the data. And the second one is like a programming language. What is programming language? Programming. What is program? As previously 90s definition is like this: a set of instructions is a program. A set of instructions is a program. But now that definition changed. A set of systematic instructions is a program. What is program means? A set of programming means a set of systematic instructions. So that means one who are writing a Program is nothing but a programmer. So SAS is a programming language. Programming language means you need to communicate with the SAS system. For that case, you need to write, you need to know about their language. If I want to communicate with the Bengali people, what I need to know? I need to know Bengali. There is no option for me. Similarly, you have a SAS and you need to communicate with your SAS. That's the reason you need to know about SAS language. For that case, we are going to teach how you are going to communicate with SAS language. So data management facility, a programming language. Using with SAS, we are analyzing the data and we want to create a very powerful reports. So how we want to analyze the data? How we want to analyze the data? Very simple logic. Very simple logic. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, lot of things are doing. Without analysis, nothing is there. I know a lot of people with they are doing with the BTech with the data science. Without statistics, there is no data science. There is no data science. So that's the reason. If you want to go like a data analyst, for example, tomorrow probably you want to go with the Tableau, you want to go with other things. Basic is formula is same, correlation formula is same, aggregation formula is same, but applying the formula in different ways is different. So that is the reason statistics, particularly for SAS programming, is widely used across the globe. So these are all the main components of SAS. One is data management facility, other one is a programming language, and data analysis and reporting. How we want to analyze, which procedure is useful for analysis, which procedure is used for reporting. That we are going to discuss a little bit later. Okay, these are all the components. Next one is data management. What is data management? SAS organizes data into a rectangular form or table is called a SAS data set. So rectangular form or a table is called as data set. Oracle, we call it as table, but here we call it as a data set. We can call it as a data set. So SAS organizes data into a rectangular form or a table is called a SAS data set. How it is? In SAS data set, each row represents information about individual entity and is called an observation. For example, here Venkati Kurti, something like Sopna, something Uma, something like this. Something like different rows. I want to analyze it. I want to analyze by sex. I'm getting two records, how many males and how many females. I want to see some people with Connecticut, some people with some other places, something like this. Something like this. So that means we want to analyze. So in a data set, each row represents information about individual entity and is called an observation. Now I have 23 rows, 23 observations. Okay, now I want to see all the names, etc. Everything here. The next one is each column represents the same type of information. We gave it to Google Sheet. Can you please fill that Google Sheet? That sheet contains what? Your name. First column is your name. Second column is your email address. The third one is like your phone number. Next one is your WhatsApp number. After that, this much. The row contains information about a particular individual. The first column contains all the names. Second column contains all your email addresses. Third column is your phone numbers. Next WhatsApp, etc. Everything. Those are all columns. Each column represents the same type of variable means varies. Name is, it may be Venkat, it may be Uma, or it may be Swapna, or it may be Praveen or Prema, something like that. Doesn't matter. So like this, varies. Variable means it takes different values. Like each separate piece of information is a data value. Now you are able to understand what is observation, what is row, what is column, and what is variable. These are all the very, very important. Tomorrow when you are going to do the work, we want to discuss all these things. What is this? Is the table. I have it ID number, name, team, start weight, end weight. See, I mentioned like ID number, there is no space. Start weight, there is no space. End weight, there is no space. Because in variable naming conventions, we need to follow certain things. So ID number is so 1023, name is equal to David Shaw, team is red team, and start weight and end weight. Why people wants to go to weight clubs? They want to reduce their weight. Fitness centers, they want to reduce their weight. So this fitness, red is one fitness center, yellow is one fitness center. In red fitness center, this guy is 189 when he started fitness center, and here is 165. Here is 145 and 124. Using this, which fitness center is more effective? Which fitness center is more effective? That means effective means in which fitness centers people are losing their weight. That is the important part. That is the analysis. Depending upon that, people are going to take a decision. So that means we want to analyze the data set. We want to prepare a report. That report shows with this red team, people average lose the weight is so and so. Yellow average lose this much. Something like this. Depending upon that, people are going to take a decision. So that's what exactly we want to analyze this one. And the next one is that is variable, name is a variable, and this is data values. And the whole thing is the observation 1049, and then scenario L 145 and 124. The whole thing is the observation. Suppose when you see this data set, how many variables are there here? How many variables are there? ID number is a variable, name is a variable, team is a variable, start weight and end weight, total 5 variables. How many observations are there? 1023, 1049, 1219, and 1246, and 1078. That we have 5 observations. Total, how many values are there? Probably 5 into 5, 25 data values. You need to understand these points. You need to understand these points. Very, very basics. Very basics. If you go a little bit faster, you need to understand those things. That's the reason I'm telling you, whatever the question you have it, I'm going to take that question is a more valid question. Valid question. So don't be hesitant. You can ask the questions. Okay. Now we want to create a data set. How we want to create a data set? To build a SAS data set with the base SAS software, first you need to write a program. You need to write a program. How you want to write a program? That uses the statements in the SAS programming language. SAS programming language. Every language has its own syntax. Every language has its own syntax, own grammar, own approach. Similarly, SAS also same thing. For that case, you should know about their syntax, their terminology, their keywords, all these things. A SAS program that begins with a data statement. So remember this one? A SAS program that begins with a data statement and typically creates a SAS data set or a report is called a data step. Now, what is a data step? But a SAS program that begins with a data statement and typically creates a SAS data set or a report is called a data step. That is your second interview question. What is SAS? SAS is an integrated system of software solutions. We can do a lot of things with SAS. That's the answer. You need to prepare it. What is data step? Data step means a SAS program that begins with a data statement and typically creates a SAS data set or a report, which is called as a data step. What is proc step? Now, my next question is what is function? What is informat? What something like that? You need to prepare the answers today itself. Today, at least 4 or 5 questions you need to prepare it, and you need to prepare answers by your own. Anyway, I'm going to share this information, but you need to consider about it. The following SAS program creates a SAS data set named A from the health club data. Health club data. What is the data? Is like this. When you see this data Venkat.a, Venkat is my library name. A is my data set. Venkat.a. Input ID number 1 to 4 positions is your ID number. Then name is equal to dollar symbol 6 to 24. Dollar means why I going to put a dollar here? SAS, we have two types of data. Two types. One is character, other one is numeric. How SAS is going to recognize which one is character and which one is numeric? For that case, we need to specify dollar sign. If you are specifying the dollar sign, SAS is going to consider that is a character. If you are not specifying the dollar sign, SAS is going to consider that is a numeric. So remember this one. In SAS, data is two types. One is character and numeric. How SAS is going to differentiate these two things? If the variable contains a dollar symbol, then SAS is going to consider that is a character. You can write it down, that is a character. If there is no dollar symbol, then SAS is going to consider that is a numeric. And again, how SAS deals with the missing values. If the character value is equal to missing, then it's going to put as a blank space. The numeric value is equal to missing, then it's going to put as a dot. So I gave it two things. One is how SAS deals with what type of data types. One is character and numeric. If you are specifying the dollar symbol, SAS is going to consider that is a character. If you are not specifying the dollar symbol, the SAS is going to consider as a numeric. The next one is like how SAS deals with the missing values. Suppose ID number is missing. What is going to do? Name is missing. What is going to do? So how SAS deals with missing values? That's also an important interview question. If the numeric value is equal to missing, SAS is going to consider as dot, period, full stop, dot. If the character value is equal to missing, then it's going to put as a blank space. That is what exactly we want to do it here. So character ID number is a numeric. And the name, dollar symbol is there. That's a character. Name is a character, Venkat, something like that. Okay, then next one is team. Team is a red team or yellow team or sex, male or female, something like that. There's a character. Then after that, start weight. Start weight is a number, so we don't need to put anything. And end weight, nothing is there. After completion of the input statement, there is a semicolon is there. The semicolon means every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. Every SAS statements ends with a semicolon. You can write your SAS programs. You can write your SAS statements either in uppercase or lowercase or mixture of two. Suppose if you are going with the COBOL, long time back COBOL, common business oriented language. You need to write only capital letters. Only capital letters. If you are going with the basic, 90s. Basic full form is BASIC. Beginners All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. That is for basic. There we need to write down capital letters. If you go to Fortran, formula translation, you can write some other thing. So there are certain rules for each and every language. Here also SAS, every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. You can write your SAS statements either uppercase or lowercase or mixture of two. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So you need to make sure that you need to understand all those things. Loss is equal to, I know how to calculate loss, start weight minus end weight. That is my assignment statement. Assignment, tomorrow you have this information, height and weight is there. You need to calculate your BMI, body mass index. Body mass index is greater than 30. Of course, less than 18. That is for underweight. 18 to 25, it's okay, it's fine. And 25 to 30 is overweight. 30 after that, something like this. So depending upon that, your medical insurance is going up. Depending upon the doctor is going to ask your BMI first. He's going to calculate your BMI. The BMI is in 95% of limits. You have your kid. If you go to hospital, what they are going to, they have a chart is there itself, height and weight chart. They are going to check with the chart 95 percentile, 98 percentile. Kids are in this limit, they don't care about it. But if it is less or more, they will take care about that. So these are all the statistics. They want to calculate certain things. So BMI is equal to some formula. Similarly, loss is equal to start weight minus end weight. I am calculating those things. So using with your SAS, you are calculating. You can calculate the formulas also. Whatever you want, you can do these things. The next, data lines. Data. What is the data? Data is like this. Data is like this. And this is the data like this. Okay. When you see this one, generally in training purposes, yes, we are going to use the data like this. Generally, training purposes, we are going to use the data like this. But in tomorrow, when you are going to the work, data is not like that. Data is stored in a database. Data is stored in a database. It may be Oracle, it may be Teradata, it may be some other. There is a documentation is there, SAS access. The documentation contains how we want to access the data from various databases. Just a one single line. That's enough. Don't worry about that part. For training purposes, we don't want to hit the database every time. That is the reason we are taking a dummy data. We are taking a sample data. That's what we want to do this. So this is my simple statistical program. Simple program. Simple data step. Data. For example, Venkat is my library. Tomorrow you need to create your own library. Tomorrow you need to create your own library. That means it may be library name should be less than or equal to 8 characters. Library name should be less than or equal to 8 characters. So you can write your Kusma. Okay, Kusma contains like 6 letters. You can use Kusma is your library name. Like, Pawan. Pawan is okay, it's fine. If you go to Rajashekhar, for example, that is more than 8 characters. You need to reduce it. You need to cut it, something like this. So that's the reason library name must be less than or equal to 8 characters. So then after that, your data set name, something like this. Your input statement. Every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. Every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. You can write your SAS statements either uppercase or lowercase or mixture of two. Something like that. Those are all the rules we need to follow. Follow those whole things. That is the data statement. That is the input statement. The next one is assignment statement. That is data lines. And this is the data. Finally, run statement. Run is the more important. Without run statement, we cannot go. The run statement. Then, when you see this one, when you are going to the corporate, you will see the windows like this. Explorer window. Here is the Explorer window and the results window here. And the log. This is the log, editor, output like this. Execute the program. There is a small button is here. Execute the program. So when you are writing your program, you need to execute it. You need to run the program. Then you will see the outputs and everything. This is the SAS Windows environment. Tomorrow when you are going with Unix, it's little bit different. Little bit different. There is no separate procedure. Again, there is no separate procedures for Windows. There is no separate procedures for Unix. No. Proc report is a procedure. That's you can use either it may be here or there, doesn't matter. That is the reason first you should know. There are a lot of interfaces are there, X windows, something like that. So many are there. It's not a rocket science. You will get it within couple of hours. I'm telling the word couple of hours, you are able to do this. So that's the reason, don't worry about it. First, you should know about these things like this. Okay, these are all the windows you are able to get it. Tomorrow we are going to write a program. I'm telling you, tomorrow, half an hour before, you can connect it, and we will show how we are going to access your studio, SAS University Edition. Then we are going to start writing a program. That's what we want to do it tomorrow. This is the documentation. This documentation contains, you won't believe it, more than 5 million pages of documentation. The documentation, you can use the documentation. How we are going to write a program? See, program name, written by, purpose, date, key attributes, modification history, modification. That is the way for each and every program, you need to write it down. What is the program name? Because that is commented. There are how many ways SAS is going to write a comments? There are two ways of writing a comment. First comment is slash star ends with star slash. Slash star ends with star slash. That is one way of writing a comment. Other way of writing a comment is star ends with a semicolon. Star ends with a semicolon. See, I'm telling that so much of things I'm throwing right away. One is different applications in SAS, different products in SAS, and how SAS deals with missing values. What are the data types in SAS? How to recognize, how to put the data types, and how we are going to write a comments. There are two ways of writing a comment. One is with a slash star ends with a star slash. Second way of writing a comment is star ends with a semicolon. This is the way. For every program, you need to write a sample header for this. Program name is Weight Club, written by Venkatik Purti. Why you are writing this program? Purpose, you need to write it down. Date, you need to write it down. And key attributes and modifications. If I wrote my program, and you are modifying the program, and who modified the program, why the modification is there, when this modification is happened. That is first modification. After that, some X is coming to the picture and he wants to modify something. What exactly did it? That is nothing but version control. Version control. Because if you are a very few number of people, I am going to manage the versions like this. Tomorrow, when you are going to the work, you have like hundreds of people. How you are going to manage this type of versions? For that case, we are going to use version control. It may be GitHub, it may be PVCS, it may be Rational. So many are there. So many are there. There are nothing is commit and roll back, something like this. Very simple. Only two comments. Only two comments we are going to use. But that should be good enough. Don't worry about this part. So this type of sample header, I'm going to share this information. Don't worry about it. You need to write it down. That program. This is the way. See, program name written by etc. This is a sample program. Then you need to write it down and you will get it. You will see the start writing the first program like this. Lib name. I want to assign my library. My library is very basic. C:/SAS work. You need to open your C drive and create one folder. You need to create a library. That is library Venkat. See, star ends with the semicolon. That is the one way of writing a comment. Other way of writing a comment is slash star ends with the star slash. That is, there are two ways of writing a comments. Then data Venkat end weight loss is equal to so and so. Data. Seeing the program like this, professionally you need to write a program. That's make a habit. Make a habit of professionally you need to write your programs. That's the more important thing. You need to start from today itself. Professionally, you write it down. So this is the log window. Log window, we can do this. Like a Librem successfully assigned as follows. See, notes are in blue color. See, notes, particularly in log, you will have three types of messages. The one is errors, warnings, and notes. Errors are in red color, warnings are in green color, notes are in blue color. So whenever you are writing a program, then you need to go and check your log window first. In this log window, if you have any errors, red color, you need to fix it. We need to fix it. Sometimes fine, it will provide some information. So in log, what type of messages we have? Three types of messages. One is errors, warnings, and notes. Errors are in red color, warnings are in green color, and notes are in blue color. We need to fix it. We need to fix those type of things. Okay. This is the rules. I told you rules is rule. SAS statements ends with a semicolon. SAS statement ends with a semicolon. And you can enter SAS statement either lowercase or uppercase or mixture of two. That's fine. You can begin SAS statements in any column of a line and write several statements in the same line. Some other programming languages, they don't allow this. But here it's very flexible. and you can begin a statement in one line and continue in another line also. But only important is you cannot split a word between two lines. You cannot split a word between two lines. That's the important. Words in SAS statements are represented by blanks or by special characters. These are all the rules, and blanks cannot appear in SAS names. These are all the rules for SAS statement, rules. Then after that, like names. Names is little. SAS names are used for SAS dataset names, variable names, and other items. The rules apply. What is the? Remember this one. If you are working with version 6, 1 to 8 characters. Version 8, 1 to 32 characters. Version 9, 1 to 256 characters. 256, now we are working with version 9, 256 characters. Okay, I can update this presentation, but when I'm seeing this, I can explain version 6 and version 8. And next, the first character must be a letter or an underscore. Subsequent characters must be letters, numbers, or underscores. It cannot appear in SAS names. Blanks, ID, number, ID, no space. If you want, you can put underline. Start weight, start underscore weight. Something is fine, but no blanks. Blanks cannot appear in SAS names. This one. Next, variable names. Letters that you use when you create a variable name. Internally, the case of letters doesn't matter. Capital CAT or small CAT, capital C, small AT, all represents the same variable. But presentation purpose, SAS remembers initial letter is a capital. SAS remembers initial letter is a capital. That means C is a capital. That's why it is going to do this. Okay. So remember that one. That's what it is. Data analysis. I told you, reporting. SAS program is a very powerful and flexible also. Very powerful and flexible. That you can see when the SAS is started in 1975, close to 45 years. SAS is analysis. It may be number 1 or number 2. These are 50 years, 45 years of managing. That means how powerful it is. It's both powerful and flexible. We can perform any number of analysis and reports with it. SAS can also simplify programming for you with its library of built-in programs. See, library of built-in programs known as SAS procedures. So every SAS program contains 2 steps. One is a data step, other one is a proc step. Data values from SAS datasets to produce pre-programmed reports that requires minimal effort from you, very minimal effort from you. Yeah, I am not a hardcore programmer. SAS is a good option. SAS, but you should work. You should know which procedure is useful for which purpose. So SAS procedures use data values from SAS data set, which requires minimal effort from you, very minimal effort from you. That is the important here itself. Data analysis and reporting utilities. Suppose, for example, options, line size, page number, no date. Proc print, data is equal to so and so, title is equal to so and so, and run statement. This is a procedure. This procedure is known as print procedure. We have a procedure, proc print, proc means, proc report, proc summary, proc tabulate. There are so many procedures are there. This print procedure displays variables in a single organized form. You will get output something like this, So if you are writing like this, proc print, Venkat.wait clip, exception data set, ID number, name, team, start weight, end weight, something like that. That is the purpose of proc print. So tomorrow you are to see the output. We can do that. That's not a problem. Similarly, proc tabulate. Proc tabulate data is equal to so and so. Class, team, variables, start weight, end weight, and loss. Table, team of so and so, type, some, etc. Everything. That is known as proc tabulate. Proc tabulate is the procedure. Proc procedure, something like this. So this is the output. You are able to get it. How many lines we wrote it? Just only this line. Proc tabulate data is equal to so and so. Class, team. So only these two. Team of mean of this much. Then you got output exactly like this. See, if you want to get the output like this, any programming language, at least you need to write 20, 30, 40 lines. But here we wrote it only 2 or 3 lines. That is the advantage. That is the beauty here first. That's the more important. Okay, like this. So explanation, just whatever explanation we are going to go with like this. When you want to write a program, when you want to do this, when you see this one SAS exe file, executable file is there. When you click that SAS executable file, you will open the SAS window. Editor window is there. You can write all of your programs. Then log window, this is the editor window. There you need to write your program, whatever program is there. Then you can run the program. Then you will see the log window. I told you log window contains 3 types of messages generally. Those messages are, if you have any errors, red color errors, green color warnings. notes are in blue color. You need to fix those type of things, like something like this. So data and proc steps appear in your program printed in black. Notes that the SAS wants to report to you is blue. Like warnings are in green color, errors are in red color. Errors are in red color. So this is like very basic introduction about the SAS part. Output. If you have anyone to see output, you will see the output window here. And similarly, there are different outputs. You are able to get it. Maybe HTML files, it may be PDF files, it may be list files, so many things we can do all those things, explore window results, etc. We are able to get it. Finally, we want to run the program. Running man icon is there. Just to click that running man icon, and you can run those things. So this is pretty much is enough for this. So of course, this is a little bit about my profile, and we are the winners of Medidata. Next hackathon, I am here itself. Our Bayer team won that whole thing actually long time back. So something like this. Okay. Now it is almost close to 10 to 10, like we're just before 10 minutes. Now I'm going to stop this recording.